Hello, race fans. It is that time again. We're back here in the More Freedom series for a new season. Today we are headed out to the Daytona International Speedway to start the More Freedom series season 6. We're going to be heading here. This is going to be the Daytona 125. There's some changes to the series, changes to drivers. So let's go through all of those things right now. So we're going to start off today, and we're going to go through all 36 drivers here today in the More Freedom series. We're going to start off with the 00 of Mudbone, who made a huge move over the winter break, and he has taken several of his teammates from Amish Buggy Racing, and they have started a new race team. They have started the Premium Racing Group, and they have formed a partnership with MBR and Amish Buggy Racing, a technological sharing with, they're going to sharing tech with Amish Buggy Racing, and their MBR is building their cars for them. They may be even building their engines for them. So TPRG, the Premium Racing Group, has formed here in the More Freedom series, led by the 00 of Mudbone, going to be their car owner. So next up, we've got the number 3 of Geek Girl Games, still with G3 Motorsports, still the owner over there. Next, we'll have the 8 of Moon Bunny with G3 Motorsports. Then we have the 11 of TC Roberts, still with the Aces to Z Motorsports. Newcomer to the field up next is going to be the 12 of Zan. I can't say his name. We don't know who he is. It's a mystery, but he's joining Aces to Z Motorsports. So that's going to be the 12 of Zan. We're going to call him Xander. Something. I don't know. We're just going to make up a name for him. But his car owner is right next to him, the 13 of King of the Aces, who is going to be trying his darndest this year to win his second championship. So close last year, coming in second. Next up, another Aces to Z Motorsports driver, the 23 of Fuller Than You. Then we got the first MBR driver with the 25 of JTM. Next up is going to be the 28 of E-Doggy, who is joining TPRG this season. And so we've got him joining the group, joining the team, joining the field. Up next will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack for MBR. Then we have the 33 of Harvey Jones, still running for RP Racing. New sponsor on that car this year. Next up we have the 34 of Super Snake for Amish Buggy Racing. Then we have the first driver for the newly formed combined DM Motorworks. That's going to be a combination of Team Raining Tacos and Dashery Motorsports coming together to form DM Motorworks. So that's who we got there. And the 42 of Mel Say What? The 44 of Little Votto coming over for Amish Buggy Racing. Forgot to... Dash has a new name this year. It's Dashery Fails. He is coming in the 47 for DM Motorworks. Next up, we got the 49 of Jetman for MBR. We got the 50 of Canny May for Amish Buggy Racing. Next up will be the 51 of AJM for MBR, also in a new livery this season. Actually, several new liveries. We'll look at them when we're racing here later on. New driver coming in the number 61, Chevy Christ for TPRG. And the Mini Checks have joined their old man, Mike Check, in the 67. They're going to be driving, I don't know, it could be one of the Mini Checks, it could be both of them. We don't know how many people are going to be in the car. One could be pushing the pedals, one could be steering the wheel. We don't know, but they're driving the 67 this year. And then we got the 72 of Duchess, the only driver for Douche Motorsports this season. So Douche Motorsports goes down from 6 drivers down to 1 and just Duchess. Then we got the 77 of Zip, who moved over to TPRG this season. Next up will be the 88 of NM for MBR. Then we have the 95 of Zed Brunna, the Pink Panther for Aces to Z Motorsports. We got a rookie newcomer to the... Well, actually, we got the 96 of Nicko. We can't forget about Nick. He is Season 2 and Season 5 points champion. So Nick is back in the 96 for MBR. Next up, we have the 122 of Adam Victor for DM Motorworks. I'm sorry, DM Motorworks. 300 of Resembles back for the Drop Bear Racing team this year. 356 of Ice Cream Someday, still with G3 Motorsports, still driving the public Chevy. Then we got the 420 of Queen of Hearts for Aces to Z Motorsports. Back in the field with the Drop Bear Racing team is going to be the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. He is back. The old man is back to race here in the series. Good to see him back. Then we got the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum, Winklebottom, Wrinkle, something, you know, you've got Frederick back with RP Racing. 660 of Garrett Miller still on board with Amish Buggy Racing. Then we got the 666 of Pistol Pete, who moved over to TPRG with a Mudbone, just taking a bunch of good drivers over there with him. Then we got the 777 of Seabass, the owner of the Amish Buggy Racing. Next up, we got the 799 of Mike Check, the owner for the Drop Bear Racing team. And finally, his teammate, the 999 of Deviant. So let's look at all your drivers for the More Freedom Series Season 6 here as they are cruising around getting these cars dialed in here at Daytona. Let's take a quick look at your schedule for this season. Of course, we've got a little bit longer races this year. They have decided to move up in the length of the races this year. We'll see how that goes. But first off, we've got the Daytona 125 here at Daytona. Next, we'll be headed to Atlanta for the Atlanta 125. Then we head over to Charlotte for the Charlotte 150. Then we head to Kansas for the Kansas 100, and the next one we head to is Zen-Joltis, a new track here, a huge track, I might say. It's like 4.9 miles for the Zen-Joltis 125. Then we head to Darlington, the track too tough to tame, the Lady in Black for the Darlington 125. Then we head all the way out to California for the California 125, and then head to Texas after that for the Texas 125. Staying in the South, we're actually running Talladega twice this year, so we're heading to Talladega on 424 for the Talladega 125. Then we head to Nashville for the Nashville 75, and back on the schedule, Bristol, the Bristol 125. Back up to Rockingham for the Rockingham 100. Coca-Cola for the Coca-Cola 125. Head to the Yard of Bricks, Indianapolis for the Indianapolis 100. To Kentucky for the Kentucky 100. Michigan for the Michigan 100. Chicagoland for the Chicagoland 100. And to finish off the first half of the season, we head to Fort Wayne for the Fort Wayne 125. So that is a look at your first half schedule. So they are dialing these cars in here today and getting them all fired up, and I think it's about time. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's go racing. As they get these cars fired up, let's go through your starting top 10 today for this Daytona 125. Starting on the pole will be the 00 of Mudbone, and on his outside, the 799 of Mike Check. Starting third will be the 51 of AJM, and on his outside, the 72 of Duchess. Starting fifth will be the 44 of Little Vado, and on his outside, the 28 of E-Doggy. Starting seventh will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days, and on her outside, the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. Starting ninth will be the 77 of Zip, and running up to top 10 will be the 88 of NM. So the powerhouse super speedway driver that is the 00 of Mudboat, he's flipping it up this year. He's going to try to just start on the pole as opposed to starting last here at the super speedway. We'll see how that goes for him here today, especially for the premium racing group, TPRG, inaugural season for them. And we're going to see if they put enough money into their program or if they just threw it all into Mudbone's car here. So Mudbone's going to lead us down to that green flag. One is outside will be that 799 of Mike Check in that beautiful new livery that he's got going on there. Behind him will be that 51 of AJM and his firefighter themed livery there. Alpa is his sponsor. Lots of new faces, lots of new paint jobs here this season in the More Freedom Series. And I know I am very excited about all of them. Especially the 29's got a new Metallica theme on his car. Love that. And the new Cheerwine theme on livery on the 33 of Harvey Jones. That beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car is ducking in. We're waiting on the starter here. We're trying to get underway for race number 1 here in season 6. And the green flag is out. We're underway. Mudbone's going to take us into turn 1. Lil Votto already into the second position right there. He is trying to work around the 799 of Mike Check. Looks like the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days is pushing down to the bottom of the track with the help of the 77 of Zip and that 29 of Wishbone Attack. They having a monster run on that 00 of Mudbone. Ice Cream's trying to lead lap number 1 here in the More Freedom Series for season 6 here at Daytona. Mudbone got the hammer down and slides it up high. He's going to be close here at the line. It looks like it's, whoa, that is very close at the line. We're going to have to go to timing and scoring to see who did that. Speaking of which, let's bring that timing and scoring up. As always, top 10 will be on your left. Favorite driver, scrolling across the top, looks like lap number 1 is going to be led by the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. She brings it up from 7th to 1st here on lap number 1. She is working with the 77 of Zip in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. He is going to drop to the middle line here as the 29 of Wishbone Attack, getting helped by the 11 of TC Roberts for Aces to Z Motorsports. Wishbone to the middle line. He's going to try to get a good push from the 44 of the Little Votto there. Ice Cream still leads the way. TC down to the bottom. They're jockeying for position 3 wide in the back of the pack here. Jump back to the front of the field. We see the 356 still pushing out to the lead now. That's the 420 of Queen of Hearts trying to make her way to the front of this field with the help of the 67 and the mini checks. Not Little Votto, that's the mini checks there in the 67. They are trying to help that 420 of Queen of Hearts as the Toyotas were trying to run up front there. We're not sure which mini check is in the driver's seat. But it could be both of them. It could be both of them there driving. One's pushing the pedals and the gas. One is just steering the wheel right now as they are working down the backstretch. They're into the number 1 spot right now. But that 34 is Super Snake now to the middle line. It looks like, not sure who is on the bottom of the track. It's going to be the 12. That's going to be Xander. He's working down to the bottom of the track as they come through the tri-oval. So Xander, the 12, the rookie, now working. Oh, we might get a 4 wide here by the 67 or the 47 of Dash. So Dash, your early winner this week in the IROC Series, working his way up the front. Little contact right there with the 12 of Xander. Dash almost crashing. He's trying to, listen, Dash, I know you wrecked 8 times last year, but you don't need to start off the season that way. We're almost 4 wide in the second row right now as Dash has pushed himself out to the front of this field. Checking in on this thing. He started 26th here today, has now pushed himself up to the front. We are still 4 wide in the second row, with Xander just caught in the middle right now as the 666 of Pistol Pete for TPRG and the 122 of Adam Victor now working to the front of this field. Looks like there is the 95 of Zed Brunna, the Pink Panther. He's working to the bottom of the track right now. He's going to help out that 122 of Adam Victor for DM Motorworks. So Adams worked himself to the front. Looks like DM Motorworks might have a good plate package here today, as we saw the 47 work to the front And now the 122 of Adam Victor now out to the front of this field as well. Not to be left out, that 95 of Zed Brunna is working hard in the second position, but the 50 of Canny May down to the bottom of the track right now in the Cheerios sponsored livery. Sponsored Dodge for Amish Buggy Racing. She's going to get some help by the 8 of Moon Bunny and the 3 of Geek Girl Games. So the ladies working together right now, and King of the Aces working together. They are 1, 2, 3 at the front of this field. 3 wide front pack right now, all ladies, as G3 works to the front. Through the tri-oval they go with the help of the 13 of King of the Aces. She's going to drop down. She's going to get some... No, she's going to slide back up, cut off the 13. Here comes the 33 of Harvey Jones. He is trying to make it 3 wide right now, but the 49 of Jetman comes out of nowhere. He puts his car, his Dodge for MBR, the Thunderbirds Dodge, out there to the front of the field. Here comes the 777 of Seabass as well. So the 42 of Mel Say What is about to make it 4 wide. At the front of this field, it is now 4 wide with the 42 and the 777. This plate track racing is side by side. It is wild. It is crazy. The 33 of Harvey Jones kind of stuck in the middle right there. He's bouncing off the 3 and the 777. Mel now out to the point of this field. And I believe that's the, I'm not going to say that right, the toe, anyway, to write love on her arms, sponsored vehicle for DM Motorworks. That 42 out to the front of this field, but here comes MBR, here comes the 25 at JTM with the help by the 61, who is Chevy. So Chevy driving a Dodge out, he's helping the Dodge driven by JTM to the front of this field as well. JTM started way back here today, 21st. Mel started in the, we're checking in on the scoring of that. Mel started 12th on the day. Now working underneath Mel is that 25 at JTM. Looks like here comes E-Doggy in the 28. Is that right? Am I got the right one on that? New drivers, you got to figure out who's who. He's in the White Sox sponsored vehicle for TPRG. He is now going to get stuck in the middle. Here comes that 51 of AJM, the Alp-sponsored Dodge for MBR. So AJM trying to work out to the front of this field, but here comes your pole sitter, the 00 of Mudbone. He has worked his way back up to the front of this field. It's front to back to front here at Daytona. That is the plate racing. That's just how plate racing goes, folks. That's trucking. As they are working here on lap number 11, where I think we're probably going to see pit stops getting ready to come up any time now, as AJM still leading the way right there. With that 00 Mudbone working to the bottom of the track with the help of the 72 of Duchess and his old man, the 29 of Wishbone Attack there into the third position with the help of the 77 of Zip. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile working to the bottom of the track as well. Here comes that 29. He is working to the inside of the 51 of AJM as the 00 Mudbone once again paces this field. Actually, that might have been his first lap led of the day. Not quite sure. We'll check in on that, but this might be... We got pit stops underway here at Daytona. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no shenanigans on the track, as Mudbone will lead a lap here. So pit stops happening here on lap number 12 at Daytona, as it is a 4-car breakaway right now at the front of the field with the 00 Mudbone, the 72 of Duchess, the 61 of Chevy, and the 42 of Melba Toast. So Chevy's trying to work down to the inside of the 72 of Duchess right now as Mel goes to the high line right there. Mudbone down to the bottom of the track. We're going to see if they are pitting this go round or if they're staying out. Looks like Duchess is staying out for one more lap. So is the 25 at JTM. We'll follow your pole sitter and leader at the time of going off the track. The 00 of Mudbone currently still under the green flag right now as we got green flag pit stops happening here at Daytona. So Mudbone works into his pit stall. Looks like it's right side tires on the Terrifier Ice 9 Kills Dodge for TPRG, the Premium Racing Group. 4 tires and fuel in his car. Looks like AJM down and away. He might have went 2 tires and fuel. We're seeing what he is. I don't know what's going on with Mudbone. We're watching it. This is horrible. This is awful. He's finally down and away. He finally gets that car going. They must have done some fixing on that guy. So we're going to see if what they did, maybe they tightened it up a little bit, getting back up to the front of this field. We'll try to catch up to who could potentially be your leader, which was the 72 of Duchess. She's into the pits, still under the green flag here. So right side tires going on. The Harborough Chevy for Douche Motorsports. She's holding it down for the team this season. 2 tires, fuel, right side tires. So interesting decision by the 00 of Mudbone, his pit crew. They went 4 tires and a full load of fuel. And it looks like everybody else went 2 tires and fuel. So I'm not sure of the strategy. We're looking at like maybe 4 pit stops here today. Wishbone attack in the Metallica Dodge. Checking to see if he might be your leader here right now. Duchess is still your leader, but Wishbone might be in second position right now. Duchess is getting that hammered down. Wishbone's going to work to the bottom of the track. It looks like the 11 of TC Roberts is going to work to the bottom as Duchess cuts him off. So Duchess, in a play to keep herself at the front of this field, cuts off the 11 of TC Roberts. Wishbone works around to the outside. TC down to the bottom. Harvey's going to stick with Duchess here. We're going to see if he works to the bottom side as well. So the 33 of Harvey Jones working to the bottom as well here on the 72 of Duchess. They're going to have to play catch-up right now to that 29 of Wishbone attack. So Wishbone into the top position right now in this front pack. A 4-car breakaway right now from the rest of the field. Second pack is looking like they are gaining fast on these drivers up here at the front. After those pit stops, let's go through a quick top 10. I'm seeing breaking news from the pits, folks. Breaking news from the pits. The 47 of Dash has retired from the race, folks. Retired from the race. Dash out of this race early going here at Daytona. He's keeping the streak alive. He's 7 more races to tie his record. Let's go through a quick top 10 right now as it stands. Your leader is the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Second's going to be the 11 of TC Roberts. Third will be the 72 of Duchess. Fourth will be the 33 of Harvey Jones. Fifth will be the 799 of Mike Check. 6 will be the 23 of Fuller Than You. 7th will be the 67 of Zip. Or I'm sorry, the 67 of Mini Checks. 8th will be the 96 of Nicko. 9th will be the 51 of AJM. And rounding out your top 10 will probably be somebody, the 34 of Super Snake. Things are changing as I'm saying the top 10, but we're keeping her going here. As Wishbone Attack still leading the way over the 33 of Harvey Jones and the 72 and the 11. We'll jump back here to pack number 2, which is currently led by the 23 of Fuller Than You as the 51 of AJM works to the bottom right now under the 34 of Super Snake. So we got this pack and then an additional third pack, maybe a fourth pack, as AJM works into the spot second in the pack. That would be probably, we're waiting for the timing and scoring to update, but it's probably the 6th position. So Fuller into the 5th position here, as Wishbone Attack still working the bottom of the track here, as he is just battling out side by side with a 33 of Harvey Jones, the 72, and the 11. As TC is getting he's getting all over the track here. Trying to get you a good view of that 11 of TC Roberts. TC still representing the UK here this season. You know, when TC requests a livery, when they're making the livery for his car over there in the Aces to Z Motorsports, he says, listen, you got to make it British. And I say, again, this season, they have done an excellent job with the 11 of TC Roberts making it hella British. So TC is currently last in this pack, as the secondary pack is slowly creeping up here, I feel like, as Wishbone Attack still leads the way here. He has now led 4 laps of this race as we're working lap number 21. So I would say 3 laps to go. And then we're going to see some pit stops happening as Wishbone to the top of the track, Harvey down to the bottom. Harvey's trying to take over the lead here. Remember, there's those all-important 5 bonus points for leading at halfway. And if you don't think that the points can matter, you know, like you talk about last season where Nick won by a handful of points, and the difference is that Nick had won or had qualified on the pole several times, and that's really what the difference maker was last season, was just those extra bonus points. So trying to lead at halfway here today, which is a possibility for Harvey, leading at halfway and then leading the most laps. You know, he's already got those 5 bonus points for leading a lap. So if we go over the bonus points again this season, 5 bonus points for starting on the pole, 5 for leading a lap, 5 for leading at halfway, and 5 for leading the most laps. So you have a possibility of making 20 extra bonus points here in the More Freedom Series. And, you know, when a season is decided by 100 points or less, those 20 bonus points definitely matter at the end of the year. So Harvey's out to the front of this field as we see the 49 of Jetman trying to track down that front pack as he had 3 wide behind him. So second pack currently led by the 49 of Jetman, and Harvey's still leading the way here at the front of this field. Going to check to see. I don't think we have... Zan looks like he had lost the draft, so he is in danger. He's not too far. He's about a whole straightaway ahead here. Checking in on the back of the field as we see the 88 of NM battling back here with the 999 of Deviant, the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum, and the 660 of Garrett Miller. All the way back here in the back of the pack. I think Garrett might have some damage on the rear end of his car. We'll wait for him to go past. He does have damage there on the back of his UPS Dude Wipes Dodge for Amish Buggy Racing. Work up through the front of this field here as we see several of the early goers. There's the 13. There's the 00 of Mudbone. Catching up to the next pack here. As we see E-Doggy leading the way in this pack with the help of the 42 of Mel Say What and the 95 of Zed Brunna. As we catch up to the next pack, which has now caught the front pack, folks. So pack number 2 has now linked up with pack number 1 with that 29 of Wishbone Attack out to the point right now. We've got pit stops underway. We'll follow that 29 of Wishbone Attack as he works himself into the pits here. So pit stop number 2 underway here on lap number 25. Halfway to go. Halfway home here in the not inaugural, but the Daytona 125, the start of season number 6. We'll watch and see what they do. Left side tires and fuel for the 29 of Wishbone Attack. So 2 tire stop again here for Wishbone. Getting all that fuel in. He's finally down and away. Gets out in front of the 11 of TC Roberts. Looks like he'll put the hammer down here. See if he can't get around the 23 of Fuller Than You. Known wrecker. The 23 of Fuller Than You. Showing Duchess still is now your leader here. We'll try to catch up to her. Work back through this field and see, there's Duchess. So currently Duchess is actually putting, I think, all of these drivers a lap down as she works around this track, and we're going to follow along with her. So she is your leader right now here in the Daytona 125. As she works into 3 and 4, we're going to see if she stops this time around. I mean, you got at least, so it'll put us at about lap 35. So they got at least 2 more stops to go as Duchess ducks into the pits here. Having led 5 laps on the day, she is tied with the 33 of Harvey Jones for the most laps led here in the Daytona 125. We'll see what Douche Motorsports has under their sleeve for this 72 of Duchess as we see the 12 of Zan go in and out. So left side tires and fuel, 2 tire stop for that 72 of Duchess. I believe she took right sides the last go around, filling that Harborough Chevy full of fuel, and she is down on the way. She's exiting the pits. We're going to see where her closest competitor is, which might be the 61 right now, Chevy. 42 of Mel Say What, and a host of other cars. Here comes the 49 of Jetman. So Jetman's going to take over the second position, it looks like. He's got a huge lead over the 23 of Fuller Than You, and this pack of drivers right here, but they're going to catch up to him really quickly as Duchess is finally getting onto the track here. She is just pushing she has to be pushing that pedal through the floor right now as she's working into 3 and 4. They've got a full head of steam on the 72 of Duchess. They're going to work around. She's going to jump up, cut off the 49 of Jetman. She's just going to try to get that draft right now and hopefully catch up to the front of this field again. So it looks like the 23 of Fuller Than You might take over the lead here. He does indeed take over the lead. So let's go through your current top 10. Your leader is the 23 of Fuller Than You. Second's going to be 34 of Super Snake. Third will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Fourth will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Fifth will be the 72 of Duchess. Sixth will be the 49 of Jetman. Seventh will be the 51 of AJM. Eighth will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Ninth will be the 777 of Seabass. And rounding out your top 10 right now will be the 356 of Ice Cream Someday. But she's going to be battling right now with the 799 of Mike Check. As a 3-car pack right here, we're going to see if they can catch up to the 2 cars, which can then catch up to the front of the field. So Zan currently not that much farther ahead, still on the lead lap. He has actually led a lap here today, so I mean, good on him, but nobody a lap down, everybody on the lead lap, with the exception of the 47 of Dash, who did go out of this race early going, so not sure what happened with him, but hopefully he just retired, so maybe he was what happened with him in the 660 of Garrett Miller. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to check it out. Like, we'll see if we can figure out what happened to the 47 of Dash real fast. Well, indeed, from this replay, Dash does get into the back of the 660 of Garrett Miller, so let's see this happen, getting onto pit road. So that contact getting onto pit road puts the 47 of Dash out of this race. He did come in contact with 660 of Garrett Miller. Back out to the point of this field is the 29 of Wishbone Tack. Love to see it. He is battling with the 11, the 72, looks like the 23 and the 34 here. So Dodge, like one of the few four Chevys up here in the front of the field, the 72 of Duchess. Like I said, 4 Chevys in the series this season. So Duchess is holding it down for the Chevys right now. As we watch this 6-car pack being led by the 72 of Duchess, she is going to battle right now with the 23 of Fuller Than You, as Fuller's working underneath the 34 of Super Snake here. Not sure if he's going to get anybody to go with him, as Jetman kind of hangs him out to dry there. So Super Snake working to the back bumper of the 72, as the 12 of Zan finally gets into the draft. I'm not sure if his car is just broken or what is happening here today. He is going to go a lap down. Dutch is going to be leading another lap, as the 34 is now in contention with this 23. So, and just like that, we are getting again close to pit stops. We might be like lap 40, so it might be a 10-run shootout to the end of this race here, folks. So Duchess leads the way with the 23 of Fuller Than You now working down to the inside. We're going to see if the 49 of Jetman does go with him. Here comes the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Look at that draft through the turn. That run he has to the back bumper of the 49. So Jetman's kind of hanging out here. We're going to see what he does down the backstretch. So Jetman works to the back bumper of the 23 of Fuller Than You right now, with the help of the 29 of Wishbone Attack and the 11 of TC Roberts. Wishbone up to the high line. TC making it 3 wide right now. He's going to get some help by his teammate, the 12 of Zan. But I think we've got one stop to go. They're going to try to make it a one stop. They got 14 laps right now. So they need to get down to at least 12 laps to go if they're going to try to make it the distance here today. If they stopped right now, I think they would have a splash and go right at the end of the race. But we're seeing the 29 of Wishbone Attack now back down to the inside of that 23 of Fuller Than You. No pit stops happening right now. Fuller ducks in behind the 29. And that might be a great move by the 23 of Fuller Than You here, as I thought I saw that's the 660 of Garrett Miller, who is slower as a result of that contact with 47 of Dash. So a great move by the 23 there. Hey, let him go around, get in the draft, let off the gas, save some fuel for you here at the end of the race. I think if they go at least one more lap here, and then they stop, it's going to be a full fuel run, and then they'll make it to the end of this race. So I think this lap or the next lap, if they're stopping, it's going to be a full fuel run to the end of this race. So we're still seeing the 29 of Wishbone Attack and that Metallica ride the Lightning livery here for MBR out to the front of this field. He has got double trouble from Aces to Z Motorsports with the 11 and the 23, and possibly the 12. And we can't listen. You're counting the 12 out. He's a lap down, but that doesn't mean he can't help his fellow teammates here. They're on the radio saying, "Hey, get up there, get up there, get up there. Let's get them up to the front of this field. Let's stick with them." And here we are, folks. Final pit stop for your leader, the 11 of TC Roberts. Duchess coming in early. So TC is in, the 23 of Fuller Than You, the 34 of Super Snake, and the 72 of Duchess, all in for their final pit stop here at the Daytona 125. We're going to see what Aces to Z Motorsports does with the 11 of TC Roberts. He is into his stall. Looks like it is going to be right side tires right now. Right side tires and a full load of fuel here. They got to pack all the fuel they can in. He is down. He's away. So right side tires, full load of fuel for the 11 of TC Roberts. He's down on the way. Here comes 23 of Fuller Than You. Duchess is down on the way. She cuts off the 23 right there. That's going to give the 11 a little bit of a jump on him. A little bit of gamemanship there by the 72 of Duchess. So we're going to see what that does with the 11 here. We'll jump back and we'll see if we can catch up to who's possibly leading this race. '29, a Wishbone Attack is in, so he's got right side tires and fuel going on his Metallica Dodge for MBR. You see the 77, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is in. The 51 was in. 29 is down on the way. He's going to get a good run out of the pits here with the help of his teammate, the 49 of Jetman. So they're going to have possibly a good draft going when the rest of the pack catches up with them. So again, Wishbone, actually JTM was listed as your leader that last go around. So JTM is going to get a lap led here, which again, all important 5 bonus points. Wishbone Attack has led 9 laps on the day. He is currently high. I think he's the highest number of laps. Second's going to be 8, and I think that'll be Duchess. So Wishbone and Jetman going to have a full head of steam here as the 11's almost ready to catch them. And remember, a little bit of gamemanship by the 72 of Duchess on the 23 of Fuller Than You. As the draft is now working, there's the 25 of JTM coming out of the pits. So he led another lap here, as your leader will be the 49 of Jetman. TC now working to his back bumper. So they're going to actually catch up to the 12 of Zan here. Again, that could be good for this 11 of TC Roberts, as TC is going to have a friend in the fight. Even though Zan is a lap down, he does come... We're not sure who's going with who here. So Zan down to the bottom. TC tries to go to the top of the track. He actually gets caught by that 660 of Garrett Miller. So that's going to put the 49 of Jetman out to the lead of this race with just a handful of laps to go. Maybe a handful and a half. So again, it is a 3-car breakaway up at the front of the field with the 49 of Jetman, the 29 of Wishbone Attack, and the 11 of TC Roberts. As Jetman, again, we have to talk about it. We can't say it enough, is the 12 is a wild card here, being he's now currently on the lead lap, but he will be attempting to help his teammate, the 11 of TC Roberts, and unfortunately, I am seeing the 23 of Fuller Than You actually has went a lap down after that last sequence of pit stops. So I'm not sure what happened with Fuller, but he ended up going back into the pits. It looks like we might have a caution here. No, we don't. No caution on the track. Something happened with the 8 of Moon Bunny. She was off the track there. She's into the pits, getting towed. So we'll jump out real quick. We're gonna see what happened to Moon Bunny. Well, it looks like something just let go on that 8 of Moon Bunny. She is slow down the backstretch, and that's what's going to put her out of this race. And catching up with the 23 of Fuller Than You, looks like his engine let go, which caused him to get into the 34 of Super Snake there. So engine let go on that 23 of Fuller Than You. Well, we're also seeing the 88 of NM has gone up in smoke as well. So engines dying here at the end of this race. The 88 of NM up in smoke. We do have a caution on the track, folks. Caution on the track. That's going to bunch up the field. That's going to play a major role here at the end of the race. Let's jump and see what happened with the 88 of NM. So it looks like NM's engine is just going to let go right here at the start-finish line, right there in front of the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. So NM's engine lets go. That's going to bring, I believe that's what will bring out this caution here. We're going to follow along with him. Well, here's what brings out your caution, folks. Let's watch this happen. Four wide racing. The 3 and the 50 get into it. G3 with some damage. That's actually going to take out the 77. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is going to be out of this race as a result. So that's actually what brought out your caution. It wasn't the 88 of NM there with his blown engine. Anybody is what am I trying to say? We're gonna see if we get going back here at the end of this race. Your leader, let's go through your current top 10. Your leader is the 49 of Jetman. Second's going to be the 11 of TC Roberts. Third will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Fourth will be the 72 of Duchess. Fifth will be the 25 of JTM. Sixth will be the 96 of Nicko. Seventh will be the 799 of Mike Check. Eighth will be the 51 of AJM. Ninth will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 777 of Seabass. So we're going to see if the series decides to send us back out, if we're going to get a couple laps, or what they're going to do here. I would assume they're going to give us the one to go at the end of this lap. So those out of the race right now are going to be the 50 of Canny May, the 77 of Zip's going to be out as a result of that caution. And you saw NM's engine blow up. Moon Bunny's engine blew up. Fuller engine has blown up. So that was 3 engine blowing ups here in after that last pit stop. Also, you saw Dash out as a result of the contact between himself and the 660 of Garrett Miller. So I think we got maybe one lap of green. He might be green-white checker here. So as of right now, your leader for the most laps is still going to be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Not sure who led it halfway. Could have been the 72. We'll have to check the stats, check the standings, watch the replay for that. We're going to see if we get any dark horses run from the back of the pack here, maybe. We'll check in on your perennial powerhouse, a 00 Mudbone, currently running in the 20th position. So I'm not sure if Mudbone's going to be able to pull off an insane run to the front of this field or not. Even if we get a one to go here. I'm imagining it's because there was a lot of oil on the track from multiple engines blowing up right there in a small sequence with those three engines blowing. Other than the people out of this race, the only people lapped down are Zan and Garrett Miller. So Garrett, again, involved in that. I mean, he was a victim of circumstance there as they entered pit road. Waited with bated breath right now. That's it, folks. What this means is that with 2 laps to go, we're getting a green-white checker here at the end of this race as Zan is falling to the back of the field right now. So when they come out, I think it might be the backstretch where they do their split. We'll see what that is, what that looks like. But Garrett and Zan fall into the back. TC is not going to have any help from a teammate here today, as he's going to be sandwiched between. Actually, he's going to go to the high line, and the 49 and the 29 will be in the below line here. He's going to have some help by the 72 of Duchess, so it's going to be 3 NBR cars lined up nose to tail to restart this race. We got the 49, the 29, and the 25. Thrown into the mix as well is going to be the champion, the 96 of Nicko. So this is going to be a insane finish here today at Daytona with a green-white checker. They're going to get the white flag, the green flag when they come around here this time. We're going to see if NBR put their best plate package that they have on these cars, and we're going to see if they can pull off a victory here, or if it's going to be spoiled by the 11 or the 72. So Nick's going to have some help by his brother, the 51 of AJM. And we got 3 NBR cars at the bottom of the track, the 49, the 29, and the 25. The crowd is getting on their feet here today at Daytona for this race number 1 of season number 6. We're about to see the beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car duck in. We're going to get the green flag. We're going to get the 1 to go. The white flag is going to be out. They are getting these cars fired up. The green flag's out. We're underway. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. It's going to be a great jump by the 11 of TC Roberts. We're going to see if Wishbone and JTM can push to the front of this field. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. Your leader on the track, the 11 of TC Roberts. He's trying to play spoiler to 5 NBR cars here that were listed in the top 10 as we went back. Jetman down to the inside right now. He's got a great run. He's going to get some help by his son, the 25 of JTM. His car owner's might be pushing him to the win of this race. So Jetman down to the bottom. Here comes the mini checks. It's going to be a race off of turn 4. Here comes the mini checks. Here comes Adam Victor right down to the wire. We're going to see what Jetman does. He's going to stick to the middle. He's going to go to the high line. He's coming down on the block. Your winner here today for the Daytona 125, the 49 of Jetman. Whew. What a race here today at Daytona. Coming in, pulling out the win is going to be the 49 of Jetman. We're waiting to make sure everything updates. He is actually going to tie the 29 of Wishbone Attack for the most laps led here today. And he gets victory number 1 of the season. And what a race it was. Let's go through your finishing top 10. Again, your winner is the 49 of Jetman. Second is going to be the 67, the mini checks. Third will be the 122 of Adam Victor. Fourth will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Fifth will be the 25 of JTM. Sixth will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. Seventh will be the 799 of Mike Check. Eighth will be the 300 of Resemble. Ninth will be the 777 of Seabass. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. So a lot of crazy action right there at the end of this race. I think I saw it 4 wide at one point. So crazy, crazy action. Man, awesome race here today at Daytona. Next week, we head to Atlanta for the Atlanta 125. Again, this season, a little bit longer races to start the season. We go back to a normal size race after halfway for the most part. But yeah, a fantastic way to start this season. I'm super pumped about everything, but let's check in on your point standings. I'm assuming the 49 is your points leader right now, but you're seeing those on the screen. Again, what a race here today. Oh yeah, can't forget about checking in on our team and chassis standings, see who is leading there. A good day for MBR, even though they only had, I think, ended up with 2 or 3 drivers in the top 10. But great day for them. Great day for Aces to Z Motorsports as well. Looks like they had a couple drivers up there in the top 10 as we see the 29 into his pit stall. So yeah, that's going to do it here today for the Daytona 100 here in season number 6, race number 1. Your winner to start off his season is going to be the 49 of Jetman. You see that 434th air refueling insignia on his pit stall. He is your winner. Fantastic race. Glad to see it go green-white checker right there at the very end. And until next time, back here, we'll be heading to Atlanta. Take care.